Hey, everybody. Welcome to Live with Love. It's a pleasure to have you here. If you found yourself your way this way here, that means that there's something here for you. What is it? Only you can answer that question. There are many things we do on this channel. Oftentimes, if there are questions in the comments or a comment that I can address, I will do so. Sometimes there is breath work that comes in, and we just connect to the heart. We connect to the soul, the trueness of who we are. And we bring that into a wider, broader, expanded vibrance, is what we do here on this channel. We also work with our clear senses. You have many abilities that you had since the time you were born. You were born with so much, and so much was diminished just from different experiences you've had. Of no fault to anybody else, it's just something we kind of signed up for. So here we are. I am Love, and I am very pleased to meet you. And I love you. I truly do. I don't think that we tell each other enough that we love each other. I had an experience, or I have this happen sometimes, where I'm kind of saying goodbye to a friend, and I'll feel inside that I want to say, I love you, and yet I don't. Why? Because, well, for one, they're a male, right? And there's this thing sometimes about not telling that person you love them because they might think it's something else, some other sort of love, right? Um, and for me, it's like I never wanted to confuse anybody on that subject, right? But more and more often, when I am kind of signing off with someone that I've known for a while or I've gotten close with, I want to tell them I love them. And if it were a woman, I would have no issue at all to be like, I love you. But if it's a man, I tend to hold back. I notice about myself that I will not say I love you because I don't want them to have other thoughts, other ways to apply that love besides that which it truly is, just I love you. And so that's what I love about this channel is the fact that I've got men and women here joining in this community, and I can just tell you guys, I love you. I love you. You're like, you don't know me. You don't know who I am. And yet I'm like, I love you because we are all one soul family. We are all here doing this human experience together, hopefully being this human experience together more than the doing. Of course, the doing comes into play as there are different things in this human experience that we need to accomplish or take care of, right? At least right now. There's just a meditation I came off of, and I was playing it here on my other computer, and I'm like, am I going to be on time to meet up with my 11:11 Pacific time people? And then I was like, maybe I'll just play the ending in the background. And it ended just as I was coming on here. Oh, my microphone's not good today. You know what? Let me check something. Hold on just a minute.
Okay. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Okay, great. I think you guys can hear me now. I had my, these things were still on their Bluetooth. Yeah, do you like that? Do you see the tape there? That tape is there because that light is too bright for me. Okay, great. The sound is much better. Maybe you guys didn't really have to hear everything I had to say previously, right? So here we are right now, and this meditation that came through was by Pamela Arlen, And I'm going to post it in the description below. I believe it's just free on YouTube. I know she does these lives, but she doesn't always let people know. Like, people in her community know that she does a live every, what is today? Tuesday at a certain time, and it's like 12:12. So perhaps she does these lives at like 11:11 also for her time. I think she's in Michigan. No, that can't be right. I'm having blonde moments now, guys. Yeah, you guys figure it out. She's in Michigan, and she did the live like an hour ago. And she's been a psychic channel for a long time. She's a medium, like she's channeled many things. But what came in today was Jesus's grandmother, and it was a beautiful meditation. And it had all to do with leaving 2025, whatever was there, the sorrows, the griefs, the procrastinations, the heartache, you know, all those, if you'd want to call them like lower polarity energies that are not needed anymore. We were closing the door on that, and we were walking away and placing our new energies into 2026. And it was quite amazing. It wasn't very long. Like I said, I think it was maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And it's not really about length so much. You hear a lot about that. People meditating for hours and hours. And it's a great thing. It's a great stillness and brings in so much mindfulness. I'll tell you, just being alone in the mountains for a couple days was a beautiful experience for me, because I got to see how much my mind is wanting to speak to me on a regular basis. And it was a lot. And it's been like that recently. And I'm a little curious if you guys have been noticing a little overactivity in the mind lately. Because the reason I'm saying this is there was a transmission that came in from another channeler that talked about 2026. And it talked about how our mental state is now going to change. People might be a little afraid of that. Like, what does that mean? That means that our mind is going to be functioning in a different manner. And it's quite possible, and I've been feeling this myself. Let me know if you guys have been. But, you know, leave comments if you're here on the replay. Hit that notification button, by the way, and the thumbs up, so that you can get to these more often. And one of the things, there were like 5 or 6 different themes that were coming in. They were coming in from the Syrians, I believe, and the Octurians through this particular channel. And the mind is shifting. How the mind is working is going to change. How we feel sometimes like the mind works against us, it seems that is going to be lessening. The mind feeling like it's working against you. And really, we all have a choice in every now moment how we allow our thoughts and beliefs to affect our daily life. But I thought it was really interesting how they were talking about the mind. And I've been feeling lately different things coming up, things that I wouldn't be reacting. I'm reacting to. I noticed this yesterday. And then I noticed my response after, that I wasn't continually trying to keep thinking about it. You know how someone says something and you have this thing in your mind later where you're like, oh, I could have said that, right? And sometimes you beat yourself up about it. I could have said that. That would have been a great comeback. And I've been always, you know, growing up, I never had those great comebacks because I never felt like I wanted to hurt someone with my words. Now, sometimes it happened unconsciously if I was reacting to someone in particular, but oftentimes we're taken aback by something that comes up, and that's when we have those kind of like quote regrets, right? So happy to have you guys here. All right. Wonderful. So I was just checking out the comments really quick. So that came up was the mind. Also taking care of our bodies. I think that is what came in a previous transmission. Could have been yesterday, yesterday's video. Taking better quality of your body, of your vessel, often in other realms called your temple. There's a reason why this is called the temple. We're being asked to pay more attention. I made and had fun making this wonderful pasta dish yesterday. I was like, I'm going to make my own mac and cheese. Now, part of me knows that there's something going on with pasta, and I don't feel like it's for me anymore. And the people I've been staying with occasionally have regular pasta. I had switched to like rice pasta, right? And here I am making this cheesy dish, and the moment I finish it and I'm taking it out of the oven, I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. It's not quite what I expected. It was more like an Alfredo type of mac and cheese than the traditional. But like I knew as soon as I put it down, this is not for you. I chose not to listen. I chose to eat it, even though I knew it was not for me. So here's like an example. This is one of my senses telling me, yeah, we had a lot of fun creating this, but we don't eat this anymore. Like, it's not for you. And I ate really simply when I was on my own. And I ate this and I didn't feel ill afterwards. I didn't feel awful. I like paid attention to how much I was eating. I was taking small portions and like going back for more and just feeling my body as I was eating it. But at the end, and even this morning, I was like, all right, I've really been loving cooking lately, but I don't want to eat the food. I'm making lots of desserts, like healthy desserts with like lots of nuts and making all these concoctions, and yet my body or my soul is saying, nope. Thanks for playing. We love you. You had a great time, but maybe this food is for these people, but it's not for you anymore. So I can make peace with that, and I can still decide to cook and just not eat the food. Who do I have that's nearby? Do I have a neighbor nearby? Do I have friends nearby? Do I have family nearby? And they can eat the food that I apparently have been wanting to be very creative with and make. A lot of vegan stuff. Although yesterday's was not vegan. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have felt that way. It would have been a different kind of, it would have been on spaghetti squash, right? All right, so there's just a call to listen to your senses more often. Here on this channel, we work with our senses. And I have no control at all over your practices. I can tell you to say, I love you to yourself or to your soul, or say, I thank you, or say, I appreciate you and all you do. It's like, what did you do for yourself yesterday? Did you eat well yesterday? Did you rest when you felt your body said to rest? Did you go and have some exercise when you felt that your body was calling for fresh air? Are you paying attention to these different things within your body? Are you paying these attentions to your soul, your I am presence, that which is the trueness of you, that God spark? The more you pay attention to your other senses that you have, the more you will hear your soul speak to you, and not necessarily with the ears. It's a feeling, a calling. There's been a calling to move in a different direction. If you're here, you have received this calling, possibly many times. You've possibly been like me and either not listened and paid attention and gone along your way, you know, that occasionally happens. Or you've listened and be like, I can do that later. Or you've listened and be like, you know, I think this timing would be better, both for all these different reasons. And the time is nigh. You know that term? Right now is the time. Now is the only time. And I think I've said this before on a different time, but that's what's coming in. Now is the time. The energies, the guidance coming in for you is here for you now. Not later, not in the past, right now. I mean, of course it'll be there later. It's every later is now, like now, 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 now. This is how I started to practice being present in my world. Was I would drive every morning and drop somebody off of where they needed to be. And as I was driving, I had the music off. I look at my surroundings, possibly the traffic or the people next to me. I would just notice what was going on. No judgment, what was going on the road during traffic. There's a lot of stuff that goes on that road, right? When you're traveling to where you need to go in the mornings, or you know, whatever you're taking care of in your day, there's a lot going on in your experience. How often can we go through that experience with no judgment, with no criticism? I noticed myself both judging and criticizing yesterday. And then I noticed that the judging and the criticizing was happening because most often this happens in a drop in communication, you know, like on a call, like when the call kind of drops a little bit and you're like, oh, I missed that part. Can you repeat, right? How you did for me, thankfully, that my headphones were on and let me know that my sound was not coming through very well. So I thank you for that. It helps me stay in check with different things. So I'm here and you're here on this channel for me to kind of check in with you. Not judge you, not criticize you, but kind of check in. Where are you in your practice, in your daily practice? Is it a daily practice? I'm asking myself the same question as I'm asking you. How do I give myself a daily practice? Someone just asked me, like, how long do I meditate? I will say it really varies. When I'm good about setting a timer on my phone, and I like to do this where every hour at this time, before some channelers, some guidance was coming in, every 2 hours connect with your heart. And really kind of listen to yourself. I mean, you might tell yourself a story like, I can't do that. I don't have time to do that. Well, do you have time to breathe? Like right now, as you're sitting here with me? Your breath is the breath of life. So if you have time to breathe right now, as you're sitting here listening to me, most likely, if you set an alarm on your phone every hour or every 2 hours, I like to work with special numbers, with angelic numbers, you know, the triple numbers and such. I will do that. I will set a timer and I will decide, could be depending on the experience I'm having, but if there's nothing pertinent going on, right? Even if I were at a job and I were waiting for my next appointment, I might decide to sit and close my eyes quietly. Could be in the restroom, where I sit in a stall and I just close my eyes. I set a timer and I'm like, for 3 minutes and 33 seconds, I'm going to breathe into my heart and just listen to the rise and fall of my breath. Just that will reset you for the entire day. Meditating or taking times of silence and breath is almost like taking a nap. They've done some studies on this where this could be for 5 minutes, this could be for 10 minutes, and you feel like you're rejuvenated. Why, might you ask? Because you're reconnecting to the life force within you. You're no longer splaying it out there for others or directing it towards projects. The project has now become you, where you're pulling it all back in, centering here, and taking a moment for yourself. Just a small moment. So that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm checking in with, basically. Like, how are you doing in your day, and where are you bringing these moments to yourself? I know you get the moments here with me, for sure. In fact, we're going to take a moment right now. We're going to have a moment, a heart-to-heart moment, where we're going to breathe together. And I'm going to put a frequency on in the background. Synchronistically, it's a 444 frequency. This has been coming up too. This is part of 2026, is the frequency of 444 hertz. So on your own time, you can also listen to this frequency. As always, I use copyright material for commentary and educational purposes only, so it will be down in the links. And anything I speak of that resonates with you, I encourage you to look further into it, or look at other channelers that are possibly talking about that. 444 is also an angelic number. It has to do with foundations and moving forward and feeling into your foundations. Are they strong? Do they have to be replaced with a different foundation? Sometimes this means like 555 changes in somebody's life as well. So this is a Lemurian frequency because, hey, we're all about Lemuria right here, right now. It's been coming in. Lemuria's been coming in since December, which was curious. I was like, it's so funny that I left the place where like Lemurians are thought to be in another dimension, Mount Shasta, right? I left there and I came to Colorado, but I'm bringing that frequency with me. Also attended an event in Maui online, again, Lemurian frequency, and we have the Lemurian star mothers that have been connecting with us that have to do with the Pleiadians, the Octurians, and the Syrians. The Syrians are like the great-grandmothers, those of wisdom. The Octurians recently on a different channel referred to themselves as like the Council of Joy. They're the ones that are like the grandparents that want to play with the grandkids and have a good time and not have a whole lot of rules. And then you have the Pleiadian mothers, which are more like guiding you along your way. They're giving you the map. You have a map, but the map only shows where you're to go when you're in the now, when it's time to make that decision. Not when it's time to make it forward ahead, but like right then and now. When is it time? That's when the map shows you where you're to go. So the Pleiadians are also helping with that. And we're talking about galactics because you are galactic, so I'll just say that. And we're going to start to begin. So just kind of get into a space where you're a little comfortable. If you're a little cold, grab a blanket. If it's a little loud, see if you can get to someplace a little quieter. And we're going to connect to the heart that we are. This is brought to us by Ankaa Sound. And why this is coming in is this is the resurrection ceremony. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, the meditation I was previously connecting with before I got on here, and it's a book, an audiobook on YouTube called Anna, Grandmother of Jesus. Read to you by beautiful man that has now passed called Giving Voice to the Wisdom of the Ages. And he reads that book beautifully. He also reads the book A Journey Home by Cryon. So I encourage you to go look those up. Sometimes I will put the links down below for the books. Sometimes I'm just going to say, pause the video if you're watching this on the replay and look it up real quick and then come back to me. I do that a lot. So we're going to listen to Lemurian frequency. Here we go. It says, let the forbidden healing dissolve every shadow, curse, and forgotten path. You are being reborn into divine harmony. Take a deep breath and release. You have galaxies within you. Star systems. Breathe. Your body is being scanned by your team of light that works with you from the stars. Breathe. Place your hand on your heart and just say, I love you. Place your other hand on your womb of creation. We all have places where our ideas are generated, and it is not through the mind. It is through the heart. It is through our creative centers. Breathe in and join me in this connection. Feel. Breathe in. And release. What does your soul say to you? Have you paid it a visit? Have you checked in? Can you feel the frequency of 444 hertz radiating throughout your body, every cell? Breathe in and breathe out. You hold the trueness of who you are. As you breathe, you connect. As you take a moment, you connect. As you love, you connect. Breathe. Feel free to tone with. As you notice, you will not always be in key. Release that idea of everything having to be perfect before you try. Release the efforting, the hard work concept. Play. Play like you would as a child. Play. Swing. Jump. Roll. As you breathe, how do you want to play? This idea of meditation, this idea of stillness, it is not so serious. Where's the joy? The joy in the practice, the joy in the movement. Breathe. Breathe as if your breath is breathing for the entire earth, for all of humanity, for all who are going through experiences where it is hard for them to catch their breath. Breathe and allow them a release. As we are all connected, as you breathe, it is one breath, one light, one connection with the all that there is. Breathe. Feel. Feel the light that is you. See new foundations being created for you. No need to try, nothing to do. These are new energetic foundations for 2026. New pathways are being formed within your cell structure as we speak, as you breathe. Pathways that have not been lit up for some time being illuminated now. Always a choice. Breathe in. Breathe out. And just feel these pathways lighting up within you. A crystalline system within your body being ignited. Like the new neural pathways that occur when you try something new, when you want to learn a new skill. Only these pathways have always been there. Breathe. Nothing to do. Feel. When you join in the sound, the echo, the tune, it sets a vibration within you and opens up new doors, new ways for you. It shifts your frequency for life, your frequency for purpose. Even if it's a hum. Breathe in and breathe out. How you guys doing? So that frequency will be in the description for you. Breathe and just notice your body. Tap into the inside. All right. All right, just taking a look at the comments. Slowly bring yourself back. All right. The multiverse theory. I don't know if I have a lot of knowledge. Someone is asking about the multiverse theory. I'm not sure if I have a lot of knowledge about that. What I do know is you are multidimensional. And there are scientific experiments of the quantum field. Shout out to Dr. DJ Russ, please. Okay. All right. You can never sell your soul, by the way. Someone said they sold their soul. Can never happen. It's always with you. Hello again. Hello, everybody that's here. I'm so glad you're here. We just finished up a frequency. Go ahead and fetch that on the replay. It will be available tomorrow. A chance to connect with yourself, your breath, your soul, the trueness that you are. And since I don't see any questions, the one thing I'll address is multidimensionality. You have the ability to play, if you will, in all these different dimensions. The third, the fourth, and the fifth. The third is what you're going to feel as lower density. It's going to, when you're playing in 3D, as they like to put it, the third density, you're playing in a place of lower polarity. That's where a person may feel anger, sadness, depression. When you're playing more in the fourth, that has to do with time. And time is really an illusion. We kind of constructed time to be able to function in different ways on this planet. Not always our personal doing, but kind of enforced on us by many different entities out there. School, government, all sorts of things like that. And then the fifth density is where you feel a little bit lighter. You can feel a little bit lighter between the third and the fifth as well when you're functioning and playing in that area. But the fifth dimension, everything feels lighter. You're responding as opposed to reacting. You're taking what they call a sacred pause before you continue with what might be happening in front of you or how you're interacting with others. Someone has a question about being gay. Gay is very real. Okay, so you can talk about gay in many ways. Gay, I was just talking about this with a friend because I like to read old books. Before meant to be very happy. You were gay, you were happy. Now there's like a certain idea around sexual orientation, right? What I will say about the preferences that many people have, it's really their business. The preferences that they have. And as long as there is agreement between different people, then it's solely them. There is a concept of, if you believe that you have been here again and again and again, and not just once, not just for this lifetime, you, my friends, have been a female or a male in another lifetime. So when I think about that concept sometimes, there's different things that come up. Because I'm into freedoms and American rights, there's the concept out there that some of that came into play because of wanting to decrease the population size, right? It's an idea out there. There's also the concept, having less children, right? But that's not really what's happened, because even those partners who are of the same gender have wanted to have children, right? And nature has found a way. What is that in Jurassic Park, where the frogs changed their sexual orientation in order to thrive, right? Or might be significant. We're back. Number of 4343 is what I froze at just momentarily. So look up that number. That might be significant for you when it comes to the energy of numbers. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about the concept of gay. You have had many lifetimes. It is quite a big probability that if I were a male in a previous lifetime and I really brought a lot of that with me, if you so believe in other lifetimes, that it's quite possible that in this lifetime, that could be what I was. Am I saying that right? If I was a male in another lifetime, I might feel like more of a male now, even though I have a female body, right? That's a possibility when it comes to the energetics of things. So it's a pretty broad topic. I'm sure you can find a lot of information out there. Let's see. We've got Lucas. You're saying, I'm your favorite YouTuber. Inspiration has come to you and helped you through tough times. Oh, when you've been sad and you've become happy. Wonderful. I'm so glad. Nice to have you here, Lucas. Thanks for joining us here at 11:11 Pacific Time daily. Wonderful. I'm a good witch, not a bad witch, right? You like my eyes. Thank you. So there are codes that you receive. There's this knowing I have of the tone of my voice. There's been a little light language that's come through occasionally. It hasn't for some time. I kind of go with the flow, whatever wants to come in. And there's also something you receive from the energy of my eyes. So if you're really digging my eyes a bit, there's something there. There's something in the tone of the voice. There's something in the frequency. It's all energy. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying. I'm happy to have you here. Join me again at 11:11 Pacific Time tomorrow. I will let you know if I'm not on, usually. A couple hours before, I will do just a quick short and I will send it out. So click those notification buttons. Share this with people you think it might value. I find that there are a lot of people going through heavy emotions. And like you said, there's something in the voice, there's something in the gaze. I didn't really realize this. I've had people tell me things throughout time about a smile. Something in my smile, teachers used to say. So I'm really happy that that has followed me from childhood to now, and that it's assisting you guys, and that we're all connecting in this way. I will be coming up with different affirmation videos, and maybe 15 minutes long. I am frequencies, gratitude, appreciation. I'm going to start working on this and coming up with a small collection to kind of get out to you guys that you guys can have available to you since there is, what would you call it? It's not a need really, but a wanting, I guess, to hear the frequency of the voice that I have. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you to all that there is, for me, for choosing to be here at this time, for you to have chosen to be here at this auspicious time when everything is shifting on this planet. It's going to be very, very exciting. Really exciting. I'm really excited too for like moving forward with website stuff. I've been on hiatus a little bit with that and wanting to like get right into it. So, do I have anything else for you at this time? Let's see. I'm going to leave you with that. Sometimes I choose a card. Today I'm just going to leave you with those frequencies. Go ahead and check those on the replay, and they'll be available tomorrow. I love you guys. As always, we are one voice, one heart, one breath. Enjoy your day and find some fun in it. Go out there and find your fun, even if it's dancing in the wind. What is there for you? What can you do? Can you walk across a curb and like balance? Find your foundations and tap into your practices. I love you. See you another day.